Hello, Aurelius Lee here. In order to achieve smart project goals, a large number of requirements must be implemented using software-supported functions. The better these requirements are understood, the more effective the software solutions built will be. In this video, I show you which guiding principles are promising for dealing with requirements in an agile way. On the one hand, agile analysis is about building the right product. That is, asking the question of what and why you are building something. On the other hand, it is about building the product correctly. That is, asking the question of how and when to build something. In cooperation with the Agile Alliance, the International Institute of Business Analysis has defined 7 principles for dealing with requirements in an agile way. Approaches such as design thinking are compatible with these principles. In order to build the right product, you have to empathize with the potential users of the software, define problems, and develop valuable ideas. This allows us to set priorities and understand the needs of users. It is also known as the discovery framework. In order to build the product correctly, lightweight prototyping and testing is carried out, among other things. As a result, appropriate software-supported implementation projects are developed and specified. This is also known as the delivery framework. There are a variety of methods for achieving these goals. In this video, I explain the principles in detail and give you an overview of the most common methods and their results. The results are also called artifacts in the following. We will take a closer look at these methods and artifacts in other videos. See the whole. Seeing the big picture means keeping an eye on the overall scope of the project. The business value of the product should be understood in its entirety. This means that the business environment is taken into account and end-to-end processes are defined with all roles and players. An understanding of target groups and their needs is just as helpful as an understanding of why a project was originally initiated. The desired effect is a well-founded decision-making ability and the avoidance of uncontrolled growth in project size, also known as scope creep. Recommended techniques include business process models, stakeholder lists, and glossaries. Think as a customer. Even if customer is used in the wording, this principle refers to the entire user community. This includes customers in the sense of clients or requesters, as well as in the sense of end users or buyers of the product. It is about addressing the actual needs of users and empathizing with them. Regular feedback is essential for this. In addition to the functional requirements, the benefits for the end user are also noted in the specification. Requirements should be collected and documented in a way that is understandable for customers and uses the customer's terminology. Techniques that we recommend include user stories, personas, user observation. Analyze to determine what is valuable. As needs can evolve or change over time, it is important to question whether the requirements still deliver the same value as when they were originally gathered. Reprioritization and change requests should be actively considered before implementation. Recommended techniques include creating valuable user stories, among others, by adhering to the INVEST criteria, as well as regular, efficient backlog refinements. We explain both in our own videos. Get real using examples. Requirements can be specified particularly well using concrete examples. Specification artifacts that a stakeholder can see and touch avoid misunderstandings. Abstract models should therefore be accompanied by concrete use cases. As far as possible, these are presented with real data and under realistic conditions with possible restrictions and business rules. This prevents discrepancies between specification and development. Here we can recommend sketches and digital mock-ups as well as test-driven development. Understand what is doable. In order to promote efficiency and pragmatism, requirements must depend on the project budget, schedule, team, and the technology used. This forms the basis for a good estimate and good project management. A good understanding of technologies and tools helps to create a cost-benefit ratio and prioritize requirements. With regard to the feasibility and implementation effort of a requirement, we recommend the software prototyping technique. Stimulate collaboration and continuous improvement. Trust, mutual understanding, and teamwork are the foundations of agility. A good collaborative team consists of motivated developers and stakeholders. Ideally, the team has the opportunity to communicate face-to-face. An interest in constantly learning and improving work processes should be cultivated. Joint dailies, retrospectives, consultation hours, and agile coaching, for example through the use of Scrum Masters, can promote collaboration. Avoid waste. Despite the use of sophisticated techniques, care should always be taken to ensure the accessibility of the artifacts created. Unnecessary complexity can lead to misunderstandings as well as unwanted costs. Reducing to the essentials gives the team the certainty that the information provided contributes directly to achieving the project goals. The Pareto principle, or 80-20 principle, provides a good guideline for avoiding excess. When using all methods, excess should be avoided. There are some guidelines for this. However, these should be used with caution. No unnecessary risks should arise. Breadth before depth. If possible, record all requirements at a rough level before specifying individual requirements in detail. This allows us to prioritize requirements at an early stage and sort them according to cost-benefit. Just barely good enough. Detail only as much as necessary. This avoids waste. Avoid content that is not implemented or is not necessary for implementation. Note, assess the risks. Just in time. Specify artifacts at the right time. Reduce the time between the specification of a requirement and its actual implementation. This also reduces the risk of outdated specifications due to change requests or new conditions. On demand, select the right method depending on the situation. A broad repertoire of specification methods helps to find the right artifact for the current situation. Keep it simple, stupid. Similar to the principle of the same name in clean code, the aim is to keep complexity low. It is important that those involved can easily read and understand the artifacts. Specification artifacts should be used for communication rather than replacing it entirely. We recapitulate. The goal of building the right product includes the principles of seeing the whole picture, thinking like the customer, and checking the value. The goal of building the product right includes the principles of using real application examples, understanding what can be implemented, promoting collaboration and improvement, and avoiding excess. These principles are essential for understanding requirements and also extend through the entire domain of analysis. We also encounter some of these methods later in project management. Until the next video.